Okay, and welcome to this quick video on anger breakdown. This follows up on our previous one where we looked at some of the types of anger. Now we're going into, addressing the anger. Anger breakdown, combined coaching therapies with Shah. So obviously in relationships, anger is affecting a lot of relationships. There is symptoms from that anger. There's the cause of the anger. There's the type of the anger, and there's the symptoms from this anger. So, obviously, people in a relationship start to shout, scream, swear, smash things when they're angry at their partner or with the kids or things that are happening outside the relationship, but they bring it into the relationship. The key thing here is the relationship goes into disharmony. Sure, there may be cases where we're not showing it in big ways, but we're annoyed, we're tense, we're frustrated, passive aggressive. This this is masking the anger, but it's definitely there. So some people in a relationship do it in a big way, others do it in a way, but it exists. A lot of the time, the anger can hang around for years and years, and obviously, it's going to impact both people. So, key question to ask when you feel angry, what are you actually trying to accomplish with this anger? Are you trying to get back at the person? Are you feeling something and just venting it? What are you trying to accomplish with the anger? Are you trying to make the person do something that they don't want to do or do things that are more in line with what you want? When you feel angry, what are you hoping to accomplish with this anger? It's a key question to ask that we just become angry, but we're not really thinking about, what are we trying to accomplish with anger? Because anger is an emotion that causes us to want to do something. It's not a passive sort of emotion. And look, you might even be pushing it down to keep harmony in the relationship, but that can also cause issues later down the track. Like I said, common signs, hurting others, could also be a lot of verbal hurt as well. You could start doing petty things at your partner, person getting angry over just the smallest things regularly, breaking objects, becoming angry after drinking alcohol. You also could get headaches, feeling low, anxious as well. So look out for the signs of anger in the relationship. What do you think are some of the signs in your relationship? And write these down, put it in your anger journal. When do you feel angry? Are you able to map it out? So another way to look at it is when you're dealing with people, how do you not get angry? Well, if you go to a service counter and the person's helpful, cooperative, friendly, or understanding, you're probably not going to get angry at them. Sure, you might be angry at the product, but you're probably going to feel good after talking to that person if you get your refund. The same with your partner. If they're helpful, friendly, if you ask them to do something, they come back with a positive mood. Of course, it's going to help in the relationship. So typically, the opposite behaviors cause us anger. If someone's rude, if your partner's rude, they're stubborn, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, it's all your fault. Oh, I'll get back to you later. If they go out and drink, gamble, watching all sorts of stuff, it's going to make you angry if they're not helpful, if you ask them to do something and they're just making excuses. They don't care that you need it done. Of course, that's going to make anyone angry. So again, anger is attached to your sense of self-preservation. Someone isn't respecting you and doing what you say, so you feel your self-worth is being attacked. Hey, can you help me with this? Ah, no, you can do it. I got time. I got better things to do. That's going to make you feel that you're not important. The person doesn't care about you. If you need help, your needs aren't getting met. Your belief and rules aren't being accepted. Hey, let's put this off now and let's go for some exercise. No, I just want to sit here and, have some beers and just watch this. Your rules around exercise and having a good time aren't being accepted, and in some ways, it's going to cause anger. Respect. And based on studies, even looking at, you know, the guarding and the what exists in mammals, respect is key to that male energy. Uh, People want to, preserve their self-worth. If they don't feel respected, it's going to feel like I'm not worthy. What types of behaviors cause you to have a lack of self-worth based on what your partner's doing? So it's good to map out, be specific about examples that you feel disrespected, what behaviors they're doing that, giving you this feeling, and then, generalize it and talk to your partner. It's good to have this journal there to work on this. Needs are really important as well. Anger will definitely be triggered if your needs aren't being met. So again, what needs are important to you? Is it money? Is it exercise? Is it, social? Should we do more things with the kids? What are the needs that are important to you and your partner? Does your partner pay attention to your needs? Do you feel that you have a right to have those needs? Does your partner nag you about their needs for some reason and you start to feel, well, this is amplified or just too excessive? Map out your needs. This is key to understand why anger exists as well. Beliefs, as we mentioned before, it's really important. Again, what do you believe in? It could be, parenting, or it could be about, religious beliefs, could be about finance, whatever these beliefs are, about, not being a tumbleweed, but, going out and creating something, building a house, getting a better career. Or does one person just believe it should be, carefree? And beliefs map into boundaries as well. Are they respecting your boundaries about beliefs? Are you able to create shared meaning around these beliefs? Can you have those conversations, or the person just gets triggered? The key thing with shared meaning is you want to do it around structure, not do it when it comes up in a random place and you have to solve it when you're not in a good mood. There's a lot of emotion there. And look at your gridlocks or the game breakers that potentially are lurking behind the scenes. In your relationship, what beliefs are problematic? Can you write this again in your journal? Can you map this out? So, anger at the end of the day is the emotion of self preservation, preservation of your worth, how you feel about yourself, are you respected, your needs, what's important for you, what is required in this relationship, your beliefs, key things that drive what you want out of life, and how you act. So, there's two ways that can occur. Well, there's many ways, but let's look at the simple ones. When you're angry, what are you trying to accomplish when you start to become aggressive? I'm angry, and now I need to enforce this anger. Okay, so aggressive anger is typically what we've seen our parents do. May have seen it, around when we were growing up, the kids doing it, our siblings, society, whatever it is. It's typically how we deal with anger, get aggressive. We want to dominate the other person, intimidate them. We're angry, we want them to do what we want. We scare them so they won't keep arguing, they just do what we want. We don't want them to come back with their opinions. We just want our way to be met. We want to show that we're in charge. We've all seen movies with someone aggressive. We learn it, we bring it into the relationship. Aggressive anger. So, what does your partner do? What aggressive behaviors do they do? Do they try to shut you down? Or do you try to shut your partner down? Creating shame, you're so dumb, you don't understand anything. Do they put you down to comply to what they want? Do you feel you need to control them? You know how to train a pet dog, you know how to do that. Makes sense to also use that with your partner, right? And obviously, it's going to have bigger issues in the long run. Aggressive anger is about winning and your partner losing. The aggression allows you to win, but at the end of the day, it's at the expense of the other person losing. Who wants to be in a relationship if they lose? It feels great to win, but think about how your partner feels if they have a sense of loss. It makes the relationship feel toxic. They feel controlled, unloved. It moves into resentment. I'm not validated. I'm not accepted. Hey, I've won. I feel fantastic. In the background, your partner is thinking, well, you've won this argument, or okay, I won't do this. I won't have what I need. Down the track, comes to bedtime, everything comes up again. They want to talk about it. You just want to go to sleep. You got to get up early. But no, you're not going to get away with it. Or they're going to talk about other things. If you want some closeness, you're definitely not going to get it. So let's look at the other anger, assertive anger. This is about also preserving your self-worth, but your partner also feels honored and respected. The self-worth is maintained on both sides. You do this by avoiding aggression. If you got your tone of voice, your facial expressions show aggression, the other person's going to feel they're being intimidated. If you're force feeding your thoughts, opinions to the other person, they're just going to feel that it's a power struggle. They're not going to like it. Would you like it? Assertiveness allows you to be taken serious without the aggression. We cut out the aggression. We state what we need. You give clear and concise explanations about what you need, what you suggest, and to enhance that, be curious, ask questions, use active listening and mirroring. We've done all of this previously in relationship sessions. You really want to create a spirit of coordination. If it's not there, then you got to look at why it isn't there. It's as simple as that. Basically, it's a draw, but both people are winning. Feels good in the relationship. It feels good connecting with your partner. You can get to sleep on a happy note. So DBT has created this acronym, Dear Man, and it's all about being assertive. It's a process for assertiveness. It's okay to say, look, sorry, I can't do that. Please don't do that. Let's figure it out. If that's what you believe, it's okay to be assertive around it rather than avoid it, make excuses. Come to a point with your partner where you can express yourself. Dear Man is designed to help give you a process to do that. It's built on a lot of the other processes we've used, like facts, stories, feedback wheel, active listening. So the first part is to describe what the issue is or describe what happened. Make sure it's clear. And like we've done before, have it like a video recording if it's about a various scenario. Keep to the facts of what happened. In the first step, describe it clearly so your partner can understand it. Again, if you're going to, it's important to express how you feel about it. Use I statements. I feel that this makes me sad when you don't do this. Assert, clearly state what you need, be in a strong position. It's not about being aggressive, it's being assertive. Reinforce after you've made some sort of statement or the partner said something, don't just move on, give them thanks or, build upon it, right? It's not just, it's disjointed. If they've done something positive, say, look, if we work together, we want this to happen. I really appreciate you. Mindfulness, this allows you to keep your mind on the goal. There may be 100 other things on your mind, but you've described what the goal is. If you start bringing stuff from the past, if you talk about other things that confuse it, it's just going to go everywhere. So mindful of the goal. Appearance is also important to it because even if you don't feel confident talking to your partner, at least appear confident. Show that you believe in what you're saying. Negotiate. Understand what negotiation is. You know the limits of what you're willing to accept, but be willing to compromise. What is reasonable here? What would you expect them to do? What do what is reasonable here? Let's negotiate. If you're selling a car with someone, you don't make it a ridiculous price. And if they come up with an acceptable price, you just keep on that ridiculous price. You, you assess what the value of the car is. And you might want a little bit more, you might want little bit less, but if you get roughly that, it's going to be good, right? The following is the worksheet to go through. This allows you to cover the Dear Man outside of this video. These are some examples that just help you understand a bit more. Again, when you describe, don't keep it too general. Don't blame the other person. Have it in a positive interaction. Clearly state what the issue is. Know that you have a right to express your feelings, but also, keep using I'm rather than you. Assert your wishes. If the other person is just, making ridiculous statements or just harping on the same thing, say, look, I feel this conversation isn't going anywhere. Could we Could we just have a break and come back later? If you need to stop, stop. Reinforce. Again, it's to keep more positivity around what each person is saying. They've done something good, then make sure that they know that as well. These are important skills in a relationship. Another way to look at Dear Man, um, in a simpler way, again, if we were looking at the dishes, say, or the house, if you say, oh, can you just clean up, clean up things, just making a mess. Now, be more specific. Could you do the dishes before going to bed? Give specific examples and express how you feel about it. I feel, a bit frustrated because you are not doing the dishes regularly. Don't beat around the bush. Say what you need. Well, I don't know. Can you do the dishes? I don't know if I'm gonna do them later or if I got time, but it'd be really good if you could do it. Be assertive and say, look, I haven't got time to do the dishes. Can you just do them? I'll be working late. If they do it, reward them. Oh, thank you. That's great. I really appreciate you doing it. Give them a smile, whatever it is. If there's other issues like they didn't clean the bench, for instance. This is a very simple example, right? You come in, you think, well, it's pretty obvious that they should have cleaned the bench as well, right? But just be mindful, I probably only specified, the dishes and then discuss about, cleaning the bench. Appear confident, feel that in this case, yeah, look, I have a right that we both should do the housework. And stand that ground, right? Don't let them talk you down. Oh, I earn more money. It's your responsibility. Be confident about what you believe in. Negotiate. Here's a simple thing. If you wash the dishes, I'll put them away. Whatever it takes, it's part of being in a relationship. Again, more examples. This gives you, keep building on the thing. So here's an example of, if one of your kids is continually breaking their curfew. Again, describe what they've been doing. You have been late coming home 3 times this week. You're very specific. You don't generalize and make them feel bad about it. You are hopeless and never listen to what I say. You're always late. You're no good as a kid. You're never going to get anywhere. Dear man, I want you to be specific in this example. Express how you feel about the situation. Look, I worry about you when it's late and I don't know where you are. First thing, or if you start saying you are irresponsible, you make me worry, you are no good, it just gets the other person in a fight or flight situation. Assert yourself. I need you to come home on time rather than stop doing that. You know what I mean? Well, they might know what you mean, so you just clearly say it. Reinforce your request. Hey, look, I'm willing to let you spend more time with your friends if you show me that you can be responsible. Let's work together. Let's understand what you need. What, how can we keep building on this? Mindful that your child might be becoming a teenager. Um, keep yourself also composed. If you lose it when you're talking with them, it's not going to go anywhere. Speak calmly, clearly, and loudly. These are the things that show you're confident. Negotiate. Be effective. Allow the other person to know that you're willing to compromise, but you need to discuss things. Allow the person to have their say. So look, here's a if you remember these sort of pictures, it's easy to keep it fresh in your mind. Describe the situation. E, express how you feel, all the people with all the different expressions. Assert. One person standing positive, strong and confident, the other person looking down, feeling that they're not worthy. Reinforce, we're giving them a clap. Mindfulness, confidence, negotiate. Look at the pictures, get it stuck in your mind. You need to basically like each other to live with each other. Give attention when your partner makes bids for attention. Be assertive, not aggressive when you're angry. This is a key part of this, what this video is about. Create positive sentiment, togetherness, talk about things, a feeling of goodwill. How do you rate your relationship? Do you like your partner? What can you do to improve this? Okay, so that's all for this video. Please contact me and we can expand on it in the sessions. If you're able to create a journal around some of these things, it will definitely help going forward. See you next time.